So our question here says, how is estimation helpful when dividing multi-digit numbers? Well, we just used it in the last problem. Let's pick some random numbers here. Let's say I have the number 18 and I'm going to be dividing the number, let's say 3,246 or 460. I messed that up. 32,460. There we go. By this number 18. So I'm taking this big group, I'm dividing groups of 18 out. How do you think this could be helpful? Why would it be helpful to estimate this guy? Anybody? All right, you can't answer. Why it's helpful to estimate is because you don't know your 18s. Ladies and gents, I don't know my 18s. Unless you are a crazy person that can memorize like anything, like maybe somebody has a photographic memory, you're not going to remember your 18s. But I do know my 2s. How is that helpful? Well, this number is almost, if I round it up just a little bit to the nearest 10, I would get 20. Ladies and gentlemen, this number, well, if we drop all the extra things out, I'm going to think of things that I can do with 2. Well, I know that this is pretty close to 32,000. If I just don't worry about zeros, don't think about this 0, don't think about these 0, just think about your digits. 2 into 32. And ladies and gents, you can probably do that in your head. I can, at least. I know 2 would go into 30 roughly 15 times, because I know 15 times 2 is 30, and then another 2, right? So that would go 16 times. I can do that in my head, and now I've got 0. So if I take a 0 here away, 0 there away, I've got 2 zeros left over. I know my answer should be pretty close to 1,600. My answer should be pretty close to 1,600 times that I can take 18 out of 32,460. I don't know exactly, but this allows me to check. If my answer is nowhere near 1,600, I know I probably made a mistake somewhere. Also, if I'm going through, I don't know my 18 into 32 right off the top of my head, but I do know how many times 2 can go into 3, just one time. Actually, 18 can only go into 32 one time. That's how estimation can help you. You will not memorize these facts. Actually, these numbers can get as big as we want them to be. You'll never remember every fact. The factors for every number, the multiples for every number. But what you can do is break them down, estimate them to a number with a 0 at the back, and then use the front like a single digit. You know your single digit multiples. That's why we ask you so much over the last couple of years to go to extra math and practice on those until you know your numbers 1 through 10 down pat. That allows you to estimate these guys and check your answers. Any questions? Make sure to shoot me an email. I'll talk to you soon.